Have you ever walked into a room and felt like the energy completely shifted? Like people were suddenly more attentive, more respectful, more eager to talk to you? Or maybe you've had the opposite experience, where you felt invisible, dismissed, or like nobody was taking you seriously. Here's the uncomfortable truth that most people never figure out. The way others treat you is not random. It is a direct reflection of specific signals you are sending out every single day. And today, I am going to show you exactly what those signals are. Because once you understand this, you can change everything. I spent years wondering why certain people walked into rooms and commanded instant respect, while others with equal intelligence, equal talent, even more experience, got overlooked. And after studying human psychology, behavior patterns, and social dynamics, I found the answer. It comes down to a handful of key things that people unconsciously pick up on within seconds of meeting you. Let's get into them. The first thing that changes how people treat you is your posture and physical presence. This sounds almost too simple, right? But the research on this is undeniable. In a naturally lit meeting room, we see how colleagues respond differently to the two posture types. When the confident person speaks, others lean in and listen attentively. When the person with poor posture speaks, others seem distracted or interrupt. The camera captures these subtle social dynamics through carefully framed medium shots. When you carry yourself with confidence, standing tall, shoulders back, taking up appropriate space, your brain actually releases different hormones, and other people register you differently at a subconscious level. They treat you more seriously. They listen more carefully. They interrupt you less. On the flip side, when you shrink, look down, make yourself small, people unconsciously categorize you as someone who does not believe in themselves. And here is the brutal part. They will mirror that back to you. They will treat you exactly as small as you treat yourself. The second factor is how you handle silence. Most people are terrified of silence. They rush to fill every gap in conversation. They over-explain. They laugh nervously. They keep talking even when they have already made their point. This habit, this compulsive need to fill silence, signals anxiety and insecurity. People pick up on that. A professional presents to a small group in a well-lit boardroom. After making a key point, they pause confidently, letting the statement land. The camera captures the attentive faces of the audience, showing how the silence creates impact rather than awkwardness. But when you become comfortable sitting in silence, when you can say something powerful and then just let it land without rushing past it, people start to perceive you as someone who is grounded and self-assured. Silence is not awkward when you own it. It becomes magnetic. Third, and this one is huge, is how you respond to being challenged or disrespected. Pay attention to what happens to people around someone who constantly seeks approval or backs down at the first sign of conflict. They get tested more. They get pushed more. Because socially, humans are always probing for where the boundaries are. The same office setting, showing how people's behavior changes toward the person who held their ground. Colleagues approach them with more respect, maintain appropriate distance, and engage more professionally. The lighting remains consistent and natural. When you consistently hold your ground, not aggressively, not defensively, but calmly and clearly, people recalibrate how they interact with you. They start respecting your boundaries because you respect them yourself. You teach people how to treat you through your responses. Now here is where it gets psychologically interesting. The fourth thing is your relationship with your own opinion. Do you express your views clearly, even when they might not be popular? Or do you constantly hedge, constantly say things like, I could be wrong, or whatever you think is fine? Their expressions reveal more respect and attention for the confident speaker versus dismissal or reduced attention for the self-undermining speaker. That habit of self-minimizing before you have even been challenged tells people that you do not fully believe what you are saying. And if you do not believe yourself, why should they? Confidence in your perspective, even when it is uncertain, even when you are open to being wrong, is fundamentally different from preemptively undermining yourself. One is humility, the other is self-abandonment. The fifth factor is one of the most underrated: the quality of your attention. When someone is talking to you, are you actually listening, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? People can feel the difference. Real, full attention is so rare that when you give it genuinely, people feel seen, they feel valued, and they associate that feeling with you. Close-up shots showing the emotional impact on the speakers. One feels truly heard and valued, their face lighting up with connection. The other feels dismissed and unimportant. The natural lighting emphasizes the genuine emotions being expressed. They want to be around you more. They trust you more. Your social value rises, not because you performed anything, but because you made them feel something real. Now let us talk about the sixth, and perhaps the most transformative factor: how you treat yourself when things go wrong. Your response to failure, embarrassment, and criticism is being watched. When you make a mistake and immediately spiral into self-criticism, when you apologize excessively, when you are visibly derailed by criticism, you are broadcasting fragility. The same setting, focusing on how colleagues and supervisors respond to each approach. The person who handles mistakes with psychological stability receives continued respect and trust, while the fragile response creates discomfort and reduced confidence from others. But when you can acknowledge a mistake, address it, and move forward without drama, people see someone who is psychologically stable. And psychological stability is genuinely rare and genuinely attractive. It makes people feel safe around you. Here is the thing that connects all six of these factors. They are not about performing confidence. They are not about faking anything. They are about the actual internal relationship you have with yourself. Every single signal we have talked about, your posture, your comfort with silence, your response to challenge, your conviction, your attention, your self-compassion, every single one is a window into how you actually see yourself. And people are reading that window constantly, whether you realize it or not. So here is the real question. What story are you telling? Because right now, today, the people in your life are forming beliefs about who you are based on these signals. Not your intentions, not your potential, your signals. The good news is that signals can be changed. Not overnight, but they can absolutely be changed. Start with one. Pick the one that resonated most with you in this video, and just focus on that for the next 2 weeks. Notice where it shows up. Notice what triggers the old pattern, and consciously choose a different response. Then watch what shifts in how people engage with you. Human behavior is a language, and once you learn to read it and speak it intentionally, your relationships, your influence, your entire social experience transforms. Not because you became someone different, but because you finally started showing people who you actually are. If this gave you something to think about, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And stick around, because next time we are going deeper into the psychology of influence and why some people just naturally make others want to help them. See you there.